Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Ganit. This is Amir Sardana, and in this video I will be discussing with you all previous year questions of algebra uh, from ZAT 2008 to ZAT 2021. So we'll try to cover all algebraic questions, whether it's a linear equation question or quadratic equation or inequality based question or modulus question. All questions of algebra that have been asked in ZAT 2008 to ZAT 2021 will be covered in this whole series. Right? So there will be multiple videos to cover the all set of algebra previous year questions. Must do series. This is a must do series for all students who are going to appear for ZAT 2022. Also, if you want to learn the basics of algebra, in the description part of the video, I'll give you the links of some free special classes. Uh, uh, there you can learn the basics of all of these topics of algebra as well. So links will be provided to you in the description part of the video. Use the code SME.YT to watch all of these free special classes. I'll give you the link in the description part. Now, let's have a look at the question number 1. You can see that it's a quadratic equation question and you must know the basic theory of a quadratic equation to handle this question. It says that the value of p is greater than 0, less than 1. Then the roots of the equation are equal to 0, imaginary, real and both positive, real and both negative, real and of opposite side. Give it a try. Before you look at the solution of the question, guys, please try this question by yourself. See guys, we know that if I want to know the nature of the root of the equation, I need to look at the discriminant of it, right? If this is a quadratic equation, you can see that if I compare this with the standard quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then the roots of this alpha and beta will be given to us by minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Look at it now, guys. Alpha, beta will be minus b, coefficient of x. You can see is 4 in the given equation, plus minus root b square, coefficient of x square, that is 16, minus 4 times of a, that is 1 minus b, coefficient of constant term, that is b, divided by 2 times of a, which is 1 minus b. Now this is minus 4 plus minus root b square. You see this, guys, here? This is 16 minus 4p into 1 minus b divided by 2 times of 1 minus b. First of all, check, is the nature of the roots real or imaginary? You see that for that I need to see that a value inside this root has to be greater than 0. That means discriminant. You see that the value of discriminant here is b square minus 4ac, that is 16 minus 4p into 1 minus b. Guys, now observe this carefully. It is given to me that the value of p is greater than 0 and less than 1. If the value of p is greater than 0, less than 1, can I say that this value would be, this bracket will be less than 1? Okay, minus 4, and the value of p is also less than 1. So if I am multiplying the value of 4, if I am multiplying the value of 4 with two values which are less than 1, can I say that 16 minus a value which is less than 4, can I say that this whole value will be less than 4? Can I say that this whole value will be less than 4? So if I'm subtracting something from 16 which is less than 4, can I say that my discriminant here will be positive? So the discriminant will be positive, can I say the roots will be real? So roots will be real, so my answer will be either C or D or E. Are the roots equal to 0? No, they are not equal to 0. You can see that, right? P is not equal to 1. P is greater than 0 and less than 1. So this option is straight away eliminated. And the roots are also not imaginary. This is also eliminated because my discriminant is positive. Now I need to check whether the roots are positive or both negative or of both opposite side. This is something I need to verify now. Look at it, guys. Look at all these values. You see that if I'm subtracting something, my roots are, if I look at the one of the root would be minus 4 plus square root of 16 minus 4p into 1 minus p divided by 2 into 1 minus p. And the another root is minus 4 minus root 16 minus 4p into 1 minus p divided by 2 times of 1 minus p. Now look here, guys. Look here. The value inside the root, guys, I know that this value is greater than 0. Now the value outside of this square root is -4. If I want to make it positive, I need to add something which is greater than 4, right? But is this value greater than 4? No. I know that root 16 is equal to 4. So root of 16 minus something will be less than 4. So I know that this value for which I'm taking the square root is less than 4. So if I'm adding something which is to the -4 which is less than 4, I will definitely be getting a negative value. This root you can see is real as well as negative. And this root, as you can see, is real, but this will also be negative because the value inside the square root is less than 4 and we have a -4 outside, right? So -4 plus something which is less than 4 will definitely give me a negative value. So we can say that both the roots are real and both are negative. So D is the correct answer to the question. Right? You don't have to you don't have to do the complete calculation. You just have to see this, that whether it will be positive or negative ultimately, right? Because we don't know the unique value of P. P can be anything from 0 to 1. So we just need to see that roots are positive or negative. So in this, it's clearly given, it's clearly, you can clearly see that both roots are negative. Look at the question number 2 here, the number of possible real solution of y in the equation. Number of possible real solutions of y in the equation. See guys, again we need to now this is an amazing question guys. You see that we are not supposed to find out how whether roots of the equations are real or not. Read the question. The number of possible real solution of the equation, right? Possible real solution. We know that the roots of this equation will be real if discriminant will be greater than or equal to 0. Now what is the discriminant of this? It is b square, that is 2 minus 2 cos x square, b square, minus 4 times of a into c, right? Discriminant is 4 times of cos square x minus 4. The discriminant is 4 times of cos square x minus 1, right? You can see that. Now some of you might argue that cos x is greater than or equal to -1 and less than or equal to 1. So therefore cos square x will be greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 1. Is this fine? Yes, this is perfectly fine. Now if the cos square x is greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 1, that means if I pick any value of cos square x which is less than 1, you see that the discriminant will be negative. If I put cos square x to be anything between 0 to 1, if I keep the value of cos square x to be greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1, then the discriminant will be negative. In that case, the roots of the equation will become imaginary. Yes, that is also possible that the roots of this equation are imaginary. That's possible. But look at the question. We are supposed to find out the possible real solution. We know that for all values of cos x which lies in the region of 0 to 1, the discriminant will be negative. That means roots will be imaginary. But if because of the word possible, which is a major word and you have to keep in mind while looking at the answer to the question, I'm supposed to look the possible real solution. I know that the equation might be having the imaginary roots, but the possible word is something I need to concentrate on. Possible real solution. To have a real solution, for the possible real solution, I need to take the value of cos square x to be equal to 1. If I take the cos square x to be equal to 1, 1 minus 1 will become 0. Now discriminant can be 0. That means there can be real roots. Now if the real roots are there, I need to take the value of cos x to be 1. In that case, I need to take the value of cos x to be plus 1 or minus 1. Now the roots will be alpha beta would be minus b. That is minus times of minus 2 cos x minus b plus minus root b square, right? And we know that this b square, for this I need to take the cos square x to be equal to b square minus 4ac upon 2 times of a, right? I know that the roots are real only when you are taking cos x to be plus 1 or minus 1. Now if I put cos x 1 or minus 1, this becomes 0. So the roots alpha beta would be 2 times of cos x upon 2. This get cancelled. So roots are cos x. Both of the roots are alpha beta will be equal to cos x. But then the cos x, the value of cos x is different, right? It can be 1 or it can be minus 1. So see that there are two possible real roots, right? There are two possible real roots. So B would be the correct answer to the question, right? The two possible real roots, alpha and beta. That's the correct answer. Question number 3, guys. Two different quadratic equation. Again, a very beautiful question on quadratic equation, guys. Two different quadratic equation have a common root. Okay, so we have two quadratic equation, right? Let the three unique roots of the two equations be a, b, and c. All of them are the positive integers. If the value of a plus b plus c. Now, two quadratic equation have the common root. It's given to us. Let's say that if two are the if two quadratic equation have one common root exactly, so that the three unique roots, right? They have one common root, right? The three unique roots of the equation be a, b, and c. Let's say that one of the quadratic equation has a root a and b, and another has b and c. Let's say b is a common root, right? The summation of all of a, b, and c is equal to 41, and the product of the roots of the one of the equation is 35. So guys, there has to be one equation where the product of root is 35. Now tell me, how is it possible for us to have the product of two values equal to 35? The one possibility is that this root is 5, this is 7, or you might take a case this is 7, this is 5, or you might take a case that this is 1, this is 35, or this is 35 and this is 1. Is there any other way to write down 35 as a product of two number? These are the only possibility. If I want to write down 35 as a product of two possible values, this is the only possibility, right? Now here b is 7, c is 5. In this case b is 5 here, right? So c will become 7. If this is 35, this is 1, this is 1, this will become 35, right? So these are the four possible cases I have. No, sorry. This summation has to be 41. Sorry, summation has to be 41, right? We can only take a common root as it is, same as b, right? So we need to change the value of c here. We need to change the value of c here, right? So see that summation has to be 41. This is 5, 7, 12, 12 plus 7, 19, 19 plus 22. 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 7, 17, and 17 plus 24. Right. 1 plus 35, 35 plus 6. 36, 36 plus 5, 30, 41. 35 plus 1, 36, 36 plus, okay, sorry. This has to be 22, right? A and B, the value of A is 5, B is 7. In that case, C has to be 29, guys. I'm sorry. Right? In this case, the possible value is 29, right? Sorry, guys. Right? Let's do the calculation again. A plus B plus C is to be 41. A is 5, B is 7, C would be 29. A is 7, B is 5, C will be 29. A is 1, B is 35, C would be 5. 35, 1, and this would be again 5. Now we are supposed to tell which of the following option is definitely correct. So these are the four cases that we have. These are the four possible cases that we have. We are supposed to look at and tell which of the following option is definitely correct. Common root is 29? No, you can see that in all these four cases common root is 29. Common root is not 29. Smallest among the root is 1. You see that if I look at the case 3 and case 4, if I look at the case 3 and case 4, then definitely the common least value, the smallest among the root, that then we can say that the smallest among the root is 1, right? You can see that here, right? But in first two it is not true. We have four possible cases. Smallest among the root is 1 is happening only in case 3 and case 4. It is not happening in case 2. One of the root is 5. And this one of the root is 5. In this case, one of the root is 5. In this case, one of the root is 5. In this case, one of the root is 5. Now, this is the only possible case which is happening in all four. Product of the root of the other equation is 5. See that? In none of the case, product of the root of the equation is 5. Only in this particular case, look at the option case 4. In case 4, product of the other roots of the equation is 5. But in none of these cases, it is true. So, D is also eliminated. All the above are possible, but none are definitely correct. No, out of the above option, one is definitely correct, and that is your option number C. One of the root is 5, right? One of the root is 5. You can see that here. Whichever case you take, one of the root is definitely is equal to 5. So C is going to be the correct answer to the question. This is again an amazing question of maxima and minima. X and Y are the real numbers, and the minimum value of this expression is what? Say this, can I write down this equation as x here? Look at it, guys, right? 2xy is 2x, can be written as 2x into 2y. Now to make it a perfect square, I need to break 6y square into two parts, 4y square and 2y square. Minus 4y plus 4, right? Now this is x plus 2y whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. I can take 2 common, this would be y square minus 2y. And to make it a perfect square, right, instead of writing down 2 here, I'll write down 1 and I'll take 2 outside of the bracket so that I can make it a perfect square, right? Now this whole expression is, this is quite an easy equation guys, x plus 2y whole square plus 2 times of y minus 1 whole square plus 2. Now I know that any square value, right, the minimum possible value of a square is 0. So this, I know that this whole bracket is greater than or equal to 0. This whole bracket is also greater than or equal to 0 because square of something cannot be negative. The least possible value of square is always 0. And to make it 0, I need to put x as minus 2y and to make this as 0, y can be equal to 1. So if I put the value of x as minus 2 and the value of y as 1, this will become 0, this will become 0, and the minimum possible value I'll be left with will be 2. Now 0 plus 0, on putting these values, I'll get the minimum value of the expression to be 2. So the least value, right, because I'm supposed to put the minimum value, x and y are already given to me as real numbers, so I'm picking the value of real number such that, right, these brackets are becoming 0. Why I'm making them why I'm making these brackets equal to 0? Because I'm supposed to find a minimum value, and square of something can never be negative. The least value of square of something is always 0, right? So the minimum value of this whole expression will be equal to 2 guys, right? C would be the correct answer to the question, right? Okay, so guys, these are the 4 questions that I have covered. In the whole series, I'll try to cover all question of ZAT 2008 to ZAT 2021, which belongs to the chapter of algebra. In the description part of the video, I'll give you some free special classes, right, where you can learn the theory of algebra if you have not covered the theory. These are completely free special classes. Please use the code SME.YT to watch all of these special classes, right? Thank you so much for watching this video, and subscribe to the channel for 100% complete syllabus coverage for CAT and OMATs. On this channel, you'll get 100% coverage on your syllabus for CAT and OMATs. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. See you in the next session. Thank you.